I'll try to make this as efficient as possible. So I did the project solo. All contributions are me. On the screen, we can see the Thor tests on the right, and then if we scroll up, the Spidey tests for both single and forking. And on the left side, I can show you the Valgrind reports, which if we scroll up, I'll say zero memory loss, zero memory lost. This is for the forking when the memory is shown for each request. Almost there. There we go. And you can see the initial command with the forking. And then if we keep scrolling up, we see 0 for the single as well as no memory errors. Yep, there's the command. Great, that gets the testing out of the way. Everything works according to the test. No memory leaks, passed all the tests, nothing odd going on. All right, let's go over the results. We've got forking latency, forking throughput, single latency, and single throughput. Forking latency, I measured on a directory, a file, and a CGI script. The file is a.png, the CGI script is hello.py. I did 10 throws with 8 hammers, and then averaged, each of these is an average of 10 throws, and then I averaged the hammers to get an average time for each. And then I got some graphs to show that. Here we have forking latency. We see file takes definitely the longest, and then CGI, and then directory. And then we have single latency, where it takes even longer, but mostly we see the loss in the file. And then for the throughput, I did a kilobyte, a megabyte, and a gigabyte file. And if we open up those graphs, we see an pretty big. Okay, so we see a huge difference between the gigabyte file and the other two types of file, and a minor difference between the forking throughput and the single server throughput. The forking is definitely faster, so that's an advantage. It's definitely more memory intensive and process intensive and more complex to implement, so that's a disadvantage. I'd say for any server that's going to have any concurrent users, forking is pretty essential. Multiple users isn't really tested through this demonstration, but it would definitely extrapolate the effects of forking much more than they already are through these tests. So getting that out of the way. Oh, and by the way, the servers, a version of the server is currently being hosted on a VPS through DigitalOcean, and the connection tests were made between my laptop and the VPS, which is in New York, and I ran Thor on my laptop, and Spidey was hosted on the VPS. Okay, for the last part of this, we'll just go ahead and demonstrate the server itself. Here we have 9491, that's the port it's on. We have the bootstrap format, so that's why the font looks nice. All the index and stuff should be working. Yeah, images, cool. Even this tricky no extension text document. And then, so the bootstrap is pretty evident, and I guess I can demonstrate it on the errors as well. Send it the ASDF request that's in the test for Spidey. And then we can show the two GuruPoint scripts as well. So we have a math quiz. Oh boy. Just the sort of thing you want to see in any web server. I really thought I would get those right, but you know, you can't win them all. I guess I can show you actually getting one right just to prove that it does actually calculate the score. And then we can go to personality test. It's introvert, extrovert. I am definitely an introvert, so I will basically put all the introverted answers. Mostly an introvert. Okay. But, I mean, personality is a spectrum. No, he's completely an introvert and extrovert, so keep that in mind. And finally, I can show the server actually running on the VPS. So you'll see we open DigitalOcean. We have the console. There's the IP. In fact, I can even go to the DigitalOcean IP. We've got 159.89.40.165. There we go. And here it is. Works just like the other one. It's an older version though, so it doesn't have Bootstrap on it. That's only on my local commit right now. So yeah, what I learned from this, how to use Linux, all the commands, how to build a web server, how they actually work, how requests are handled, and more importantly, philosophy of coding, how I should design and structure programs, how I should care more about documenting programs and making them efficient and making them run well than just getting something to work. So yeah, hopefully that covers everything, and thanks for a great semester.